Welcome to a play-by-play review. I'm your host Henry, and this is coming a bit later than usual. Had a lot of various things go on that delayed the usual Tuesday time frame for these episodes, but it helps that this was the All-Star break. It's kind of why I was like, didn't want to rush things, didn't want to stay up way too late doing one on like Tuesday night because I knew there was not going to be a game on Wednesday. And technically there was one today on Thursday. Well, now again, today is technically Friday. But there was technically a game this Thursday. It was the Mets defeating the Phillies 4-1 in the return from the All-Star break. But we're not, you kind of, spoilers, that happened. But that's not really going to be a thing too much in this episode. This is going over everything that happened the previous week up to the All-Star game and what happened during the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby and all that. So we'll get right in, go back to Wednesday, July 8th, because I believe that was where we last left off. And this was game 2 of 3 between the Orioles and Cubs, I know that. And this was the Cubs winning 9-7 over the Orioles. Cubs went up, I think, 9-2 at one point. They were just demolishing home runs in this one. Like, complete tee-off. And the O's made it slightly a game for like a little bit. They put up 4 in the 7th and 8th, but it was also that they gave up 5 in the 7th. It was during the stretch where the O's were having a rough go of things. They also were up. The Orioles were up 3-1, I might add, after the 4th inning, and then they gave up 3 runs in the 5th. All 3 of them solo home runs, I might add, and then 5 in the 7th. It was not good, to say the least. This was Orioles losing 4 in a row, I believe, as well. They're not really ones to go on extended losing streaks, but also not great at extended winning streaks either. It's just kind of how the Orioles have been as of late, or really this whole season. The Red Sox, in the meantime, would shut out the White Sox, winning 5-0. This was during a really, really, really good stretch for the Red Sox. This was them winning 2 in a row against Chicago. And yeah, I'll get more on the Red Sox as we continue on, but the Red Sox kind of out of nowhere have actually put themselves right back into contention, in a sense. It's kind of impressive, honestly. We'll see how they do after the All-Star break and how they pick back up, because they were riding a ton of momentum. But anyway, we go from one shutout to another shutout, and this is also another AL East team shutting out an opponent. This was the Blue Jays winning 10-0 over the Giants. This was also game 3 of a series between these two teams, with Blue Jays taking games 2 and 3 over San Francisco. And so, again, it's not been a great season for the Blue Jays, but they at least get the winning series over a really bad team in San Francisco. Dylan Cease pitched really well. This is also him pitching a no-hitter into, I believe, the 9th inning, actually. Lost it, I think, at the start of the 9th inning, but he was pitching incredibly well, and also started the All-Star game too for the American League. Though I think it helps that the manager for the All-Star or the American League was John Schneider, who is the Blue Jays manager. So it might have been a little bit of cronyism there. I mean, not to say that Dylan Cease is a bad pitcher. He's very good. It's just that, should he have let off? I mean, honestly, he pitched well, so sure, let's go with that. But anyway, I just like kind of poking fun at the Blue Jays. They deserve it. But anyway, the Tigers, in the meantime, would win 6-1 over the Athletics, who have just completely cratered. Like it's been a terrible stretch for the A's as of late. And this was, this is 4-1. No, this is 6-1. So this was the Tigers winning 2 in a row against Sacramento, I guess. Detroit actually had a pretty good end to the end of things before the All-Star break as well. Pretty much, they had a good stretch there right at the end of the first half. Whereas the A's, in the meantime, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So going into the All-Star break, their last 14 games prior to the All-Star break, the Athletics won a solid 1 game out of those last 14. They went 1-13 over the last 14. So that is not good, to say the least. It's really bad. Yeah, it's a shame too, because the A's were like pretty solid earlier on, and they just have completely cratered after that. It's rough to see. Anyways, we go to another shutout, actually, though this one is entirely National League based. The Braves would win 3-0 over the Pirates. Braves have actually skidded a good bit as of late. They're still good. I think their July's been better, but their June was not very good. But this was them getting one back over the Pirates after losing 12-4 the previous day. Braves would shut them out there. Raisel Iglesias, his 18th save as well. He made the All-Star team, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I think he gave up a home run in the game as well to Miguel Vargas, if I'm remembering correctly. My throat just got really scratchy for a sec. We're good. We're good now. We're going to the Rays and the Yankees. This is the Rays winning 3-0 over the Yankees, so another shutout, actually. The Rays taking firm control of the American League East now with their win there. They would win 2 in a row against the Yankees, though this was a 4-game series against the Bronx Bombers. Rays winning games 2 and 3 at that point. Shane McClanahan, his 8th win of the season. Brian Baker, who closed out the game for the American League in the All-Star game, save number 25. He's been pitching very well. Garrett Cole also got hit with a loss there. After that, the Marlins would shut out the Mariners 2-0 there. Marlins, again, really good, like really, really good June. Their July has also been really, really good as well. Like they've been one of the, honestly, the hottest team over the past month and a half has the Miami Marlins been. They're now, after that one, 51-42. Really, really good. Pete Fairbanks also got his 13th save there. George Kirby, his 8th loss. Kyle Stowers with a home run in the game as well. Next up, the Nationals would win 8-2 over the Astros in that 2019 World Series rematch. Pretty sure that's what the World Series was. Nats won, let's see, this was the 8-2, so they actually would win the series against Houston as well, winning games 1 and 3 there. Nats trying to do what they can to keep themselves in the hunt for a wild card spot in the National League. C.J. Abrams and Luis Garcia Jr. both hit their 20th home runs of the season in this one as well, which is interesting. Foster Griffin also got his 10th win. He easily made the All-Star team. He's been pitching great. Luis Garcia Jr. is also having a great stretch of like June, July. It's been really good for him. Next up, the Reds would win 11-5 over the Phillies. Sal Stewart with 2 home runs in the game. Chase Burns, his 11th win. Chase Burns actually just recently signed a huge extension with the Reds. I think like a 7-year, $105 million extension I read or something like that. I want to say that's what it was. Something big, I know that. So he's tied in Cincinnati for a while. This was the Reds evening up the series 1 apiece after game 2 against Philadelphia. Though the Reds have not exactly had a ton of success as of late during the summer. Next up, the Mets would win 6-2 over the Royals. This was coming off the tails of the game that was the 16-12 fiasco. That was just, I don't even know what was going on there. But yeah, Mets would win that one, evening up the series against Kansas City. Both teams still at that point under 40 wins, both of them very, very bad. After that, the Twins would top their division rival Guardians, winning 6-5. 6-5, not, yeah, anyway. This is I think there's a walk-off actually as well. Let me check. Yep, walk-off RBI single in the 9th inning for Minnesota there, as they would actually win 2 in a row against their division rival Guardians, taking the series into. So Twins actually very similar records at this point. Twins 46-47 after that one, Guardians 47-46. So even if I don't think anyone's expecting the Twins to do much this season, they're actually not horrible. And again, the American League is really bad this year, so they're firmly within the wild card hunt. But both them and the Guardians are actually. It's interesting. All right, from one division matchup to another, we go to the Cardinals and Brewers, with the Cardinals winning 5-1 here. Apparently they played 5 games in a row against each other. I did not realize that. This was the Cardinals bucking the 3-game losing streak against Milwaukee. So they, I guess, won now 1 of 4 in the series. There must have been a doubleheader and then like a makeup game as well or something. I don't know why there was 5 in a row there, but this is the Cardinals finally finding a win again against the very, very good Milwaukee Brewers. Kyle Harrison got hit with only his second loss of the season as well. He's been actually pitching really well for Milwaukee. Thank you, Boston, for that one. Because he was one of the trade recipients in that Caleb Durbin trade. I might have mentioned that before, but it wasn't just a 1-for-1 Kyle Harrison for Caleb Durbin, but the trade that the Red Sox and Brewers executed, I believe, before the season started, included Kyle Harrison going from the Red Sox to the Brewers. Kyle Harrison was also, I believe, a trade recipient from the Rafael Devers trade to San Francisco last year. And then Caleb Durbin, among others, came to Boston and had a terrible start. But anyway, the Angels would win 13-1 over the Rangers, evening up the series of 1 apiece against Texas. Mike Trout returned from the injury list as well. He hit a 2-run homer in this game. So it's not been a good season at all for the Angels, but against their division rival, they played well that time at least. And so I guess there's actually a lot of divisional games kind of wrapping up more on the West Coast because we go to the Padres and Diamondbacks. So we go to the NL West, from the AL West to the NL West. Padres would win this one 10-4. They would win 2 in a row, winning games 2 and 3 of this 4-game series against Arizona. Both teams around the 500 mark as well. Then last but not least, the Dodgers would win 4-3 over the Rockies. I think the Dodgers actually came back to win this one in the 8th inning as well. Actually, it was tied. So the Dodgers put up 3 in the first. Rockies tied it up by the 3rd inning. Then the Dodgers would win, putting up 1 in the 8th off a Mookie Betts RBI single. Mookie's actually had a pretty good stretch as of late. Dodgers at this point had gotten to 61 wins on the season after that one, 61-33. So they are easily the best team in baseball. And this was the Dodgers winning game 3, winning games 1 and 3 against their division rival in the Rockies. So we move to Thursday. And this was the end of some series. I think the end of most series actually. And the start of one singular series started out, I believe, from the looks of it. That was the Rockies and Giants towards the end of the day. But yeah, for now, the conclusion to the second to last series for basically all these teams before the All-Star break. So the Orioles actually win against the Cubs, winning 3-2. Jeremiah Jackson with a 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th inning to basically come back and win this one for the O's. So they would avoid the sweep against Chicago and get to 43 wins after that one. So it was something. Andrew Kittredge got his second save of the season as well. Tyler Wells with the win there. The Red Sox would sweep the White Sox, winning 2-1 there. Caleb Durbin actually hit the 2-run homer in this one. Aroldis Chapman got his 19th save of the season. The Red Sox at that point had won 6 in a row as well. They had swept their last 2 series. So after that, the Braves, I guess this is actually a new series, Braves-Pirates. Yeah. No, never mind. I was completely wrong. This is the end of it. Anyway, Braves would win 10-5 over the Pirates, winning games 2 and 3 of that series. I don't know why I thought this was a new one. Mike Yastrzemski with a grand slam in this one to really break it open for Atlanta. Braves got to 54-38. Pirates fell to 47-47. The Mets would win the series over Kansas City, winning 7-3. 5 runs in the 5th inning as well for New York. Michael Wacha got hit with his 7th loss on the season, though I think it was him who made the All-Star team nonetheless. I'm pretty sure, which is interesting. But yeah, Mets would get it there. They got to 40 wins, so good for the Mets. I think it's funny because I think I think it was the Braves who were the first to 40 wins, and they did it like end of May, I'm pretty sure, and the Mets took them till mid-July to get to 40 wins, funnily enough. Anyway, the Yankees would avoid the sweep against the Rays, winning 12-4. Actually, never mind. They wouldn't. They would win games 1 and 4 of that 4-game series. I'm just completely off right now. But Ben Rice with a pair of homers in this game. Ryan Yarbrough with a win. So these two teams would split the 4-game series. Yankees a couple of games back, though, of Tampa Bay at that point. The Guardians would win 5-2 over the Twins, so they would avoid the sweep there. Gavin Williams with another great performance. He's 10-4 on the season. Cade Smith save number 27. After that, we go Tigers winning 4-1 over the A's. This is obviously the Tigers sweeping the A's, given the A's struggles. Let's see, this was Framber Valdez getting his 5th win of the season as well, so not a bad bounce back to have going up against the July Athletics in 2026. Kenley Jansen also got his 11th save of the season. Eduardo Valencia also hit a homer in his first career plate appearance. I don't know if it's just career in the majors or just with Detroit, but still pretty interesting there. Meanwhile, the Marlins would win 8-4 over the Mariners. They would sweep the Mariners there. And let's see. 8-4. Otto Lopez with a 2-run triple in the game. Marlins got to 52 wins on the season after that one. Mariners fell exactly to 47-47. After that, the Phillies would win 1-0 over the Reds. Jesus Luzardo with 11 strikeouts through 7 innings on the day. Johan Duran with save number 23 as well. So he's been very good as the closer for Philly after being traded to there from Minnesota last year. After that, the Brewers would win 4 of 5 against St. Louis in that 5-game series. Brewers winning 8-4 in that one. Jake Bauers with a 3-run home run in the game. Bryce Terang also with a home run as well. Brewers approaching 60 wins. They got to 59 after that one. Next up, the Rangers would win 7-6 over the Angels. Wyatt Langford, in his return from the injured list, would knock in the game-winning run in the bottom of the 9th. Rangers would take games 1 and 3 against their division rival there. Next up, the D-backs would even up the series, or split the series, I guess, winning 3-1 over the Padres. Nolan Arenado with a home run in the game. Merrill Kelly with win number 7. Paul Sewald save number 21. Griffin Canning lost number 7. Those two teams would split that 4-game series 2 apiece. Then finally, the Rockies would lose 8-2 to the Giants in the start of a 4-game series to round out the All-Star break for those two, or round out the first half of the season between those two NL West teams. Giants win 8-2. Casey Schmidt, Bryce Aldridge, and Willy Adames homered. So the usual fare for that kind of thing. So now we go to Friday and the start of new series for everyone except for Colorado and San Francisco. So the Orioles would win 5-3 over the Kansas City Royals. I streamed this one. This was a Samuel Basallo 2-run home run in the 8th inning off of Matt Stram to eventually get around to win this one. Good pitching performance overall from the O's in this one as well. So after that, the Red Sox would win 6-2 over the Mets. Sonny Gray with yet another very good start. He got to 11-1 on the season. Nolan McLean, his 6th loss of the season there as well. Both teams with double-digit hits as well. So 10 hits for the Mets, but only 2 runs. That's gotta suck. The Tigers would win 10-2 over the Phillies. Jack Flaherty, his 3rd win of the season. James Outman with a 2-run triple during a 5-run 6th inning for the Tigers as well. That result's a little surprising given the state of both these teams so far this season. The Yankees would win 5-3 over the Nats. I believe this was the Nats bullpen blowing it as per usual. Jazz Chisholm with 2-run homer in the 9th inning. This was a 3-run 9th inning, I believe, 3-run 9th inning for the Yankees. So the usual Nats bullpen failing to save the game, as the Yankees would win that one there. The Reds, in the meantime, would shut out their division rival Cubs 4-0. Hunter Green with 12 strikeouts in his second appearance. I believe just his second appearance. Might be his third, but first win. Let's see. Hang on. Was this? No, it was just his second appearance. So he lost the Orioles back on July 4th, I believe, and then won his second appearance here with a great outing. 12 runs, or 12 hits, sorry. Not 12 runs. Not even 12 hits either. 12 strikeouts, 3 hits, 7 innings for Hunter Green. 4 hits total for the Cubs, no runs. 4 runs for the Reds, but 13 hits as well. So not quite a very efficient night at the plate for Cincinnati, but they got it done. The Guardians would win 3-2 over the Marlins. Parker Messick with a good outing here. He got the win. Sandy Alcantara, his 5th loss of the season. Cade Smith save number 28 as well. After that, the Rays would win 7-2 over the Mariners. Junior Caminero with home run number 28 on the season. Nick Martinez, win number 8 as well. He's actually been pitching very well as of late. Luis Castillo, in the meantime, lost number 8. He has not been pitching well. The White Sox would win 14-1 over the Athletics. Aaron Savale with another bad performance. Tristan Peters hit for the cycle in this one as well. His first career cycle. Sean Burke with a good performance as well there for Southside. They are leading the American League Central at the moment. The Rangers would top their division rival Astros 7-3. Wyatt Langford and Jake Berger homered in a 4-run 8th inning for Texas there. As I think they're leading they're first in the AL West at the moment. A couple of games over 500. After that, the Angels would win 4-3 over the Twins. Vaughn Grissom with a home run in the game. He had 2 RBIs total as well. Grayson Rodriguez, his 3rd win of the season there for Anaheim. After that, the Cardinals would win 2-1 over the Braves. Let's see. This was Riley O'Brien, save number 23. Low offensive performance from both teams. Only 8 combined hits, 3 hits for the Braves, 5 for the Cardinals, 3 combined runs. So bit of a pitcher's duel there. The Blue Jays, in the meantime, would win 5-3 over the Padres. Cosmo Okamoto with home run number 22 on the season. He's been playing very well. Louis Varland save number 19 as well on the season. Padres slumping a lot as of late. Next up, the Diamondbacks. Where did I get Astros from? It's because their logo's an A. The D-backs would win 9-3 over the Dodgers. Eduardo Rodriguez, win number 8. He went to the All-Star game. He's been pitching incredibly well this season. Shohei had a leadoff home run, but after that, Eduardo Rodriguez pitched very well. And the Diamondbacks would win. They got back to 500 at 47-47. Then last but not least, the Rockies would win 4-3 over the Giants. Kyle Karros with a 2-run single in the 9th for the Giants, or for the Rockies to top the Giants there. They would even up that series 1 apiece. Then we also had Brewers Pirates get postponed. Interesting. It says makeup on July 11th. Oh, I guess this was July 10th. Never mind. I'm looking at today's date and I'm like, that happened days ago. And I'm like, realizing now, oh yeah, this also happened days ago. But yeah, Brewers Pirates got postponed to Saturday, which we're getting to now. So it might have been a doubleheader, actually. Yeah, it was a doubleheader for Brewers Pirates. But we're going to start off with the Red Sox shutting out the Mets 4-0, winning 2 in a row there. Andrew Monastero and Masataka Yoshida both with the 2-run home runs, as the Red Sox would take the series there. The Orioles would win 6-1 over the Royals. Kyle Bradish with a great start. Almost 7 innings there. Orioles would take the series over Kansas City. I actually don't even remember who scored in this. Who did score in this? This was Pete Alonso with a 2-run homer in this one. Kobe Maya with a homer. Absolute demolished homer as well. Taylor Ward also hit his first. Yeah, this is Taylor Ward's first home run as an Oriole. Gunnar Henderson also had a home run in this game. It was pretty much all Orioles in this one. It was exactly what the O's needed. In game 1 of the doubleheader between the Pirates and the Brewers. The Pirates would win at 7-6. Esmeralda Valdez with a grand slam in the game for Pittsburgh. Aaron Ashby, his second loss of the season out of the bullpen. Gregory Soto, save number 12. Brewers still trying to get to 60 wins at that point. The Twins would win 5-3 over the Angels. Royce Lewis with a homer and a double in the game. He's actually been having, I feel like, a pretty decent season there for Minnesota. But they would even up the series against LA. The White Sox would win 2 in a row against the Athletics. This time only 1-0. Chase Meidroth with the lone RBI. It was a double that he hit. And A's at that point had lost 8 straight. And 10 of their last 11, I think. A lot, basically. Gage Jump got hit with his 4th loss, but can't really put a loss on the pitcher there when you're only losing 1-0. That's not the same as something else. Like a big loss, giving up a bunch of runs and all that. The Yankees would basically do the same thing they did the previous night. They would win 4-2, capitalizing off the terrible Nationals bullpen. They would score all 4 of their runs in the 8th inning, as the Nats just I don't know why their bullpen is as bad as it is, but it is generationally bad at the moment. Embarrassingly bad for Washington, because otherwise they actually have a pretty solid team. It's just they cannot hold leads at all whatsoever. And their starting pitching is really just Foster Griffin at the moment. Anyway, the Giants would win game 3 of the 4-game series against Colorado, winning it 4-2 there. I guess it must have been played earlier on in the day. Tyler Mahle I think it's Mahle, got his 2nd win of the season. He started off pretty good and then fell off a cliff. But he's back now. He's back into the winning category. Obviously helps going against Colorado. But actually, Colorado's offense has been very good as of late. It's just their pitching has been awful. But anyway, the Guardians would win 4-1 over the Marlins, winning 2 in a row there. Tanner Bybee, his 3rd win of the season, 6 2/3 scoreless as well. So Eury Perez got hit with his 7th loss for the season, though he's been having an overall pretty good season. But still, Miami losing 2 in a row. Pretty interesting there after the stretch they had. Then next up, the Rays would win 6-1 over the Mariners, winning 2 in a row, I believe, against Seattle. Yes, that is the case. Rays got to 56 wins after that point. Griffin Jax's 5th win of the season. Logan Gilbert's 6th loss. The doubleheader game 2 between the Brewers and Pirates would net in another Pirates victory, another 1-run victory, 3-2. Let's see, is that? Yeah, another Esmeralda Valdez also hit a homer in this game. 3rd home run, basically had 3 home runs over those 2 games and really just propelled the Pirates to a victory there. So the Pirates would actually, they would win 2 in a row against Milwaukee on the same day. It's interesting there. Brewers still trying to find that 60th win after that point. Next up, the Phillies would win 4-2 over the Tigers, evening up that series. Christopher Sanchez with win number 11 on the season as well. Johan Duran save number 24. Casey Mize lost number 6. So Phillies got to 10 games above 500 as well, which is impressive. 53-43 after that one. Next up, the Astros would win 9-3 over the Rangers. Yordan Alvarez hit home run number 31. Lamont Wade Jr. with a grand slam in the game as well, as the Astros would even up the series against Texas. The Cubs, in the meantime, would win 5-3 over the Reds. Alex Bregman with a 2-run homer in the 7th inning for Chicago, as they would even up the series against their division rival. Next up, the Cardinals would win 4-1 over the Braves. Lars Nootbaar with a 3-run home run in the game. Riley O'Brien save number 24, as the Cardinals would win 2 in a row against Atlanta, taking the series. Next up, the Padres would win 8-7 over the Blue Jays. And this was tie France with the go-ahead home run. Was this in the ninth? No, this was in the bottom of the sixth. It was actually the Blue Jays scored 6 in the top of the sixth to tie it up at 7 apiece. Then France homered in the bottom of the sixth to make it 8-7, and the Padres were able to hold on and win there. Padres got back above 500 for a brief moment, for just that brief moment, as they would win. Or actually, no, they're one game below 500. I was reading that wrong. They were 47-48, so they were one game below 500, but they were getting close. And last but not least, the Diamondbacks would win again over the Dodgers, winning 9-2. This was the D-backs winning 2 in a row against LA. Brandon Pfaadt, his third win of the season. James McCann with 2 home runs in the game, actually. Wow. Yoshinobu Yamamoto with his 6th loss of the season, so he did not have a great performance there. Then we get to Sunday, the last of the pre-All-Star break games. And so we get the Orioles sweeping the series against Kansas City, winning 8-2 in what is their first 4-game winning streak of the season. The Orioles put up 5 runs in the 6th inning to really break the game open, though Blaze Alexander did unfortunately break his hand after being hit in the hand by Lucas Erceg because he got quick pitched. And then the Royals had the audacity to go bitch and moan on Twitter after the bench is clear because Blaze Alexander was understandably pissed about having his hand broken. Just trashy move by the Royals right there. Deservedly in last place in like one of the worst teams in baseball. Anyway, the Red Sox would sweep the Mets, winning in extras 3-2. Francisco Lindor committed the game-losing error in the 10th as well. I think it was actually it was in the 9th. I think bottom of the 9th, actually, or top of the 9th. And Lindor had a chance for a game-ending double play, but instead messed it up and got no one out. And then the Red Sox were able to tie it up and then win in extras. So the Red Sox would win 9 in a row heading into the All-Star break, sweeping 3-game series against the Angels, White Sox, and Mets to get pretty close back to 500 as well. So they were going into that 9-game stretch. They were 37, I think, and 48, and now they're 46 and 48 coming out of the All-Star break, which is pretty crazy right there. In the final game of, actually 3 between the Pirates and Brewers, the Pirates would win 14-5 and sweep the Brewers. Paul Skeens got hit with his 8th loss of the season. Sorry, I just completely misread that. Paul Skeens got his 8th win of the season. I'm just used to Paul Skeens actually losing, which is what I'm like. But no, Skeens wins the 2nd straight start after not winning the 9 previous games. But he's 8-8 on the season. Wasn't like a super spectacular outing, but he got the win. It helps that the Pirates offense was going on a heater in this one. So the Pirates got to 50 wins, 50-47, Brewers 59-37. So Brewers still in control of the NL Central, but not a good series there against their division rival. The Yankees would win 5-3 over the Nationals, sweeping that series. And this was, once again, the Nationals bullpen kind of blowing it. They would give up 2 runs in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. So the usual for all 3 games. Yeah, it just sucks for the Nationals there. In the meantime, the Cubs would win 8-4 over the Reds. They would win games 2 and 3 and take the series over their division rival. Matthew Boyd, his 5th win of the season. Jacob Webb got his 5th save, and he's kind of slotting into that closer role a little bit for the Cubs. It's interesting, but he's got 5 saves on the season now. He's been pitching pretty good as of late. Next up, the Guardians would win 5-2 over the Marlins. So they'd actually sweep the Marlins, interestingly enough. Marlins would go on a 3-game losing streak to round out the month there. Joey Cantillo, 9 strikeouts over 5 innings for the Guardians there. Their starting pitching is actually very good. It's Cleveland. It's just their offense usually isn't. But it was good enough there. After that, the Phillies would take the series over Detroit, winning games 2 and 3 with a 5-0 shutout. In this one, Zach Wheeler with another great performance. He is 10-1 on the season at the moment. Tarek Skubal got hit with his 5th loss of the season. Zach Wheeler actually declined the invite to the All-Star game because he was not initially voted in. So when they kind of like offered him a replacement spot after some of the other pitchers like couldn't make it and whatnot, he rejected it because he deservedly felt like he should have made it in the first place because he is pitching really, really well. But given how poorly the rest of his Philly teammates did in the All-Star game and the home run derby as well, it might be a good idea that he decided to skip out. But anyway, the Mariners would win 8-2 over the Rays, so they would avoid the sweep against Tampa Bay. Though Emerson Hancock did go down with a hand injury in this one. Don't know how long he's going to be out for, but very unfortunate there because Hancock's actually been pretty good this season. So an unfortunate injury there for Seattle. The Twins would win 4-2 over the Angels. They would win games 2 and 3, I believe. Taj Bradley, his 9th win of the season. And Twins actually did pretty good stretch to round out the month. Winning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Winning 7 of the last 10 going into the break, which is pretty good. The White Sox would complete the series sweep against the Athletics, winning 9-1. Sam Antonacci and Braden Montgomery both homered in the game. JT Ginn with his 6th loss of the season. Just all around good performance from Southside as they got to 50 wins, which I don't think a lot of people were expecting the White Sox to be at 50 wins and leading the AL Central going into the All-Star break. I don't think that was on many people's bingo cards, so to speak. Not last but not least, next up, the Braves would win 4-3 over the Cardinals. Is this Jojo Romero? Yeah, Jojo Romero with the blown save there and the loss. Ozzy Albies with an RBI or with a double, scored the winning run on a throwing error from Mason Wynn, as the Braves would rally in the top of the 9th, then hold on in the bottom of the 9th to win. So rough one there for St. Louis, as they would, this was Braves avoiding the sweep though. So Cardinals still won the series, but the Braves would avoid the sweep. Next up, the Rangers would win 6-5 over the Astros on a Brandon Nimmo walk-off single. Rangers would take that series in games 1 and 3. Josh Hader, his first loss of the season, blown save. Actually, I don't know if you count that as blown save because I think it was tied. But Hader 3-1 on the season. The Giants would win 3-1 over the Rockies, so they would take 3 of 4 against their division rival. Rafael Devers scored the tie-breaking run in a 2-run 8th inning for the Giants there. So they got to 41 wins, 41 and 55 after that point. Rockies 39 and 59. Next up, the Diamondbacks would actually sweep the Dodgers, winning 5-3. Shohei Ohtani did hit his 22nd home run in the game, but the D-backs would win in the end. Ildemaro Vargas with a pair of hits, including the go-ahead single in the 6th inning. Paul Sewald, his 22nd save on the season as well. Diamondbacks 2 games above 500. Dodgers, though, 61 and 36 heading into the break, which is pretty good. So lastly, we get the Padres winning 5-4 over the Blue Jays. Manny Machado with the game-tying RBI in the 8th. Then the Padres eventually score 1 extra in the 8th, bottom of the 8th to put it 5-4. Mason Miller came on to close, and close he did, earning save number 25 there. As the Padres got back to 500 at 48 and 48, they would take the series over Toronto, winning games 2 and 3. So now let's go to the standings again. We'll do standings, stats, and then go briefly hit the All-Star game. Actually, don't want to do the All-Star game. I'll actually do the All-Star game now. The All-Star stuff. So, and then I'll end off on the usual standing and the stats. So yeah, the home run derby was on Monday. We saw, Junior Caminero, Jordan Walker, Wilson Contreras, Jack Caglione, Murnitak Murakami, Ben Rice, Kyle Schwarber, and Bryce Harper were the participants in the derby. Wilson Contreras actually hit a 492-foot home run in the first round, which I believe the longest out of anyone. And he actually hit 13 to be the top scorer in round one. Those Contreras, Walker, not Caglione. Contreras, Walker, Caminero, and Schwarber were the 4 to advance. While Caglione, Murakami, Rice, and Harper did not qualify for round two. Round two was a head-to-head matchup. First one was between Wilson Contreras and Kyle Schwarber, with Schwarber winning a 9-8 over Contreras. Then Jordan Walker would win 6-5 over Junior Caminero to advance to the finals. Kyle Schwarber went first with the Philly crowd behind him because this was in Philadelphia for the All-Star game. And Schwarber hit 11 home runs in the finale, while Jordan Walker would basically rally to hit 6 home runs in a row and win it 12-11. He got to the last ball, where it was basically you could, as long as you kept on hitting home runs, you could just go in theory for forever. And Jordan Walker went, I think he hit 3 home runs on the last ball pretty much to eventually win it 12-11, basically walk off the Philly crowd, which is pretty crazy. It was a really fun home run derby, except for the fact that the Netflix production was god awful and the camera angles were just terrible. But anyway, we go to the All-Star game itself. American League versus National League. National League was the home team, again, because in Philadelphia. Christopher Sanchez led off the game for the NL and gave up 3 runs in the first. Cody Bellinger hit a 2-run single. Then Ben Rice hit a single right after him. So it was 3-0 AL, and basically had no score after that. It was pitcher heavy. It was basically a pitcher's duel after that, which is not surprising given that basically the entire pitching lineup for both teams is made up of really, really good pitchers, and they're just throwing them in for 1 inning each pretty much. The only real drama we had after that was that Junior Caminero got hit on the fingers by Riley O'Brien on accident. Luckily, he seemed to be fine. The x-rays were negative, so I doubt he's going to be out for long, if any time. But it was still a bit of a scare there. And then the only other run that happened was that Miguel Vargas just destroyed a ball in the 8th inning off of Justin Robleski and made it 4-0, which would be the final score, as former Oriole Brian Baker, the current closer for the Rays, who's been pitching very well, would throw to Adley Rutschman, who subbed into the game after Shea Langeliers, for Shea Langeliers, as the backup catcher for the American League, and they would close it out as battery mates once more, which is, as an Orioles fan, it makes me happy. I didn't mind the Brian Baker trade because he was very up and down for us, or for the Orioles, throughout his career, but he's the Rays pitching lab is doing Rays pitching lab things, and they seem to have fixed him a little bit. He's been pitching really, really well throughout this first half of 2026. So now we go to standings. So the American League East is being led by the Tampa Bay Rays at 56-38. The Yankees 3 games back at 54-42. The Red Sox are now 10 games back at 46-48. The Orioles 11.5 back at 46-51. And the Blue Jays 12 back at 45-51. The AL Central is actually technically tied between the White Sox and the Guardians. White Sox are at 15-45, Guardians 51-46. So same overall winning percentage. Just one more game, or 2 more total games played by the Guardians. Split 1 apiece there. The Twins, meanwhile, are 3 games back at 48-49. Tigers 6.5 back at 44-52. And then the Royals are 13 games back at 38-59. The AL West is currently being led by the Texas Rangers at 49-47. The Mariners are a game and a half back at 48-49. Astros 3 back at 47-51. A's 8 back at 41-55. And then Angels 11.5 back at 38-59. Now we go to the National League, and this is going to include, I believe, the Phillies. Yeah, this is going to include the Phillies loss. So today, this is as of Thursday, July 17th. These are the standings. So it's the All-Star break plus 1 extra game. But the Braves are leading the NL East at 55-40. Phillies 2.5 back at 54-44. Marlins 4 back at 52 and 45. Nats 8 back at 48 and 49. Mets 15.5 back at 41 and 57. The NL Central is being led by the Brewers at 59 and 37. Cubs 5 games back at 54 and 42. Cardinals 8.5 back at 50 and 45. Pirates 9.5 back at 50 and 47. And then the Reds 15.5 games back at 43 and 52. Last but not least, the NL West is being led by the Dodgers, unsurprisingly, at 61 and 36. Diamondbacks are 11.5 back at 49 and 47. Padres 12.5 back at 48 and 48. Giants 19.5 back at 41 and 55. And then the Rockies 22.5 games back at 39 and 55. So now we go to statistics. So batting average leaders, it is Otto Lopez at 334. Luis Arias 330. Yandy Diaz 322. Yordan Alvarez 318. Nick Gonzalez 308. Home run leaders, it is Kyle Schwarber 32, Yordan Alvarez 31, Ben Rice 29, Junior Caminero and James Wood 28. RBIs, it is Jordan Walker at 74, Yordan Alvarez 70, Luis Garcia Jr. 68, Ben Rice also 68, CJ Abrams 67. Hits, it is Otto Lopez with 127, Luis Arias 119, Yandy Diaz 111, Yordan Alvarez also 111, Xavier Edwards 107. Then stolen bases, it is Nessim Nunez 34, Bobby Witt Jr. 30, Jazz Chisholm 26, Jose Ramirez 24, Peter Armstrong also 24. Pitching stats, it is Aaron Ashby leads the league in wins at 12, though he is a reliever. Christopher Sanchez, Chase Burns, Sonny Gray, and Sanchez, Burns, and Gray all have 11 wins. Then Sandy Alcantara is listed there at 10 wins. I bet there are definitely a lot of other pitchers. I know Foster Griffin at least has at 10 as well. I'll take a peek in a sec. Actually, I'll just take a peek now. Why not? 10 wins. There's a lot. So Zach Wheeler, Foster Griffin, Alcantara, Andre Palante, Gavin Williams, Justin Robleski, and Jacob Mizorowski all at 10 wins apiece. ERA, it is Jacob Mizorowski at 1.62, Cam Fiddler 2.05, Chris Sale 2.20, Eduardo Rodriguez 2.29, and Sonny Gray 2.54. Sorry for bumping my mic. 2.54 for the ERA there for Sonny Gray. He is fifth on the list. Saves, it is Cade Smith 28, Brian Baker 25, Mason Miller also 25, Riley O'Brien and Yohan Duran 24. Strikeouts, it is The Miz at 167, Dylan Cease 148, Christopher Sanchez 144, Cam Schlittler 137, Jesus Luzardo 136. Then quality starts, Sandy Alcantara and Christopher Sanchez at 14, Yoshinobu Yamamoto 13, Sonny Gray and Michael Wacha at 12. Then we'll go to a couple extra statistics for both teams, or both offense and defense. OPS leaders, it is Yordan Alvarez at 1,059 OPS, James Wood at 984, Juan Soto 976, Ben Rice 971, Shohei Ohtani 953. WAR leaders, it is Peter Armstrong at 5.8, Bobby Witt Jr. 4.8, Otto Lopez also 4.8. Most strikeouts out of any batter, it is Kyle Schwarber at 145, Zach Neto 133, Nick Kurtz 130. Most walks by a player, it is James Wood at 79, Nick Kurtz 76, Taylor Ward at 75. Most triples, it is, I'm assuming Corbin Carroll still. Yep, he's at 7. Corbin Carroll's at 10. Luis Arias 7. Then Jake McCarthy, Xavier Edwards, Otto Lopez, and Chandler Simpson all at 6. Most doubles, it is Otto Lopez at 26. Rafael Devers 25. Matt Olson 24. And then pitching to round it off here. Most losses on the season, it is Michael Lorenzen, Jeffrey Springs, Shane Baz, Zach Gallen, Brady Singer, Kyle Bradish, Tanner Bybee, Mike Burrows, all at 9 losses. Most holds on the season, it is Jojo Romero and Eric Zabrowski at 20. Most total innings pitched, it is Sandy Alcantara at 130 and 2/3 innings pitched. Christopher Sanchez at 127 and 1/3 innings pitched. And then Michael Wacha at 119 and 1/3 innings pitched. Most earned runs given up, it is Kyle Freeland at 72, Zach Gallen 69, Michael Lorenzen 67. Most home runs given up, it is Jeffrey Springs at 26, Aaron Nola 23, Zach Littell also 23, Shota Imanaga 22. Most walks issued, it is Bubba Chandler 55, Jose Soriano, 53. Robbie Ray, 52. And then war leaders, it is Christopher Sanchez, 5.3. Zach Wheeler, 4.7. And Eduardo Rodriguez, Jacob Mizrowski, and Chase Burns, all at 4.2. That'll do it for this one. So I will try and have some kind of episode out this weekend on probably Star Wars. I don't know, something. I'm trying to get stuff out. It's with my June recaps done, I can focus on other things now. So I'll try and do something. But otherwise, it'll be back to your regularly scheduled Tuesday programmings next week for more baseball. Again, it'll probably be a little bit of a shorter episode because the games didn't start till, again, technically Thursday with the one game that happened earlier today, but really Friday with all the games starting off there. So enjoy another short episode next time in a couple days or so. For now, though, I'm going to go to bed. I'm very tired and I work in the morning. So thank you very much for watching.